whatsoever? Do you know what whatsoever means? It means whatsoever. That's exactly what it means. It means whatsoever. In other words, if you need a new car and you've asked God for a new car, why do you expect a 57 Studebaker with the fenders flopping on it? Come on now, I'm just being real with you. We're serving a real Jesus that's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ever ask or ever think, according to the power that He's placed within us. He said that we should be able to say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass. In other words, when you ask God for something, you ought to go ahead and know it's on its way. Just like when you go down to the tax department and you hand them W-2s to them and they tell you this is what you're going to get back, and you stand at the mailbox waiting for the check to come. I'm just telling you, that's the way. You depend more on that than you do on Jesus. When you get a bad report, you go around with your head down. You ought to go to your spiritual mailbox and stand there till it gets there. Come on, you hear what I'm saying? You ought to stand there until it shows up, because He said, by His stripes ye are healed. We don't, my God, somebody, you don't have to go around in depression. You don't have to go around all the time saying I'm going to give up because it's not happened yet. Just get out there to the mailbox. I'm not talking about the one out in front of your house. I'm talking about the one on your knees when you're saying, Lord, I'm waiting upon you, and I know when you said it shall come to pass. It's on its way. Somebody give the Lord praise. Whatsoever, whosoever shall say. You got to say something. You got to learn to say something. You can't just ostracize yourself and bury your head into the sand and just think that everything's just going to be roses when you pop your head up. Because let me tell you, in this life we shall have tribulation. Oh, let me back this up. In this life ye shall have tribulation. You ought to expect it. But here's what you need to write down. Anytime you face tribulation, God has allowed the tribulation that you, some of you are going to get this. Come on, because when you say it, you get ready to receive it. See, God allows you to have some trials and tests in your life and face some tribulation. I'm not talking about the great tribulation. While that's going on, I'm going to be dining at the marriage supper of the Lamb of God. I don't know what you can wait around on that second load if you want to. I'm out of here on the first trip, brother. I'm just out of here. I don't care whether you're pre-trib, post-trib, here a trib, there a trib, everywhere trib. I'm out of here on the first load, brother. When that trumpet sounds, my feet's out of here. I'm out of here. When we ask God for something, we ought to expect it, even if it doesn't come right now. We're selfish. I'm going to get back to what I was going to say just right here in a minute. Because, see, we say it, but do we really believe it? This is Jesus talking. He says, Whosoever. Now notice this, he's not talking about special people like, our big television evangelists and our big world missionaries that travel and very famous. It's got their name on marquees and on hundreds of books and all of that. No. It says, whosoever shall say unto this mountain. It starts with saying. You got to say something. You got to say something. It don't bother you to say something to somebody that ticks you off or cuts you off. But when troubles come your way and when tribulation come your way, you just stand there and say, well, I'm just going to be silent and just wait upon the... You need to talk to your tribulation. You need to tell your tribulation this. You have come that I can obtain victory and he will obtain the glory. Oh, come on, somebody. You missed a place to shout. God will never allow you to face a battle or a storm that you won't come out victorious. And when you do, he comes out glorified. Oh, somebody give him praise and give him glory right now, because some of you, had it not been for the Lord on your side, you'd have never made it. You'd have never made it. It wouldn't have happened.